What's up, guys? Ringside Brandon, Kyle here. We are at the Resistance Training Center in Pleasanton, California. I'm sitting next to Mr. Lucas Martino. Lucas, I've been watching you fight Muay Thai a long time, man. A long time.
Yep.
But we're not talking about a Muay Thai fight here, are we?
Nope, changing it up.
We're changing it up, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing coming up here at the end of the month?
May 29th, I'll be making my pro MMA debut.
Here we go.
On Uriah Faber's A1 combat.
Yeah, A1 up there, up in Sac area.
Yeah.
It's at the Hard Rock up there, I think,
Yeah,
right?
in Wheatland or something.
Yeah, it's like north of Sac a little bit. It's not too far though.
Yeah.
It's really nice, really cool
venue.
venue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So were you were supposed to fight before? I think I have a feeling.
Yeah. In November, me and the same opponent were scheduled to fight.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and that was kind of when there weren't any Muay Thai fights. It was still a little bit harder. So I was like, let's try something new. It actually ended up getting canceled the day of the fight.
The fight or the card?
The fight.
Just that fight. Okay.
Yeah. So
I remember. I thought it was about to happen, and then all of a sudden it didn't happen.
Yeah, and then we both made weight. We had our face off and everything.
Why did it get canceled?
Honestly, it was actually some issues with my medicals that CSAC didn't
that's
check.
what it was.
Yeah, they didn't
paperwork
check
shit, right?
Until the day of, and then there was no. It was too late to get it fixed.
Oh man, what a horrible feeling.
Yeah, that was
do a big old camp, get ready to go.
Especially MMA. MMA camps suck.
Yeah, they beat your body up.
They do.
Have you noticed that? That's tough. That's tough to transition from. For me, it's like I'm wrestling one day. Now I gotta go do Muay Thai the next day, and I am hurting bad.
Yeah.
Dude, nothing hurts me like wrestling, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a different kind of pain, I guess.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah. In Muay Thai camps, like you kind of you learn to adjust to it. Like the bumps, the bruises, the pains, you kind of know them already, and so it's normal. But yeah, with wrestling and grappling, like new shit be hurting that I never felt before.
Dude, the neck, especially in back.
Yeah.
To where you're driving and you're like trying to turn.
Shoulders.
Oh, dude. And your body's used to Muay Thai striking too, so like your shins are conditioned to hit the thing. Your hip flexors are conditioned for like elasticity and swings and tight, loose, tight, where it's like a constant flex in jiu-jitsu. That your hip flexors, it just taxes the body much differently.
Yeah. I was cramping in all kinds of areas at first.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't know I had a muscle there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah, that tank cramp that first time. Oh, buddy, trust me, you don't want to experience that. My first time was actually Catholic Church, but anyways. Hey, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I didn't.
All jokes here.
I'm kidding. It's all jokes. All jokes aside. I'm not kidding. Thanks, Father. Half Nelson, full Nelson, Father Nelson. Ever heard that joke? No. That's an old wrestling joke. Again, I don't want to get canceled here, guys. So we're not going to joke about that stuff. So you're ready this time. You got 2 weeks. How's your body feeling? Are you glad you had some more time? I mean, do you feel like you've been able to tighten it up a little bit, getting some extra time to get ready for this debut?
No, definitely, man. When I was going to fight in November, I 100% felt like a Muay Thai guy doing MMA.
I know exactly what you mean.
A big emphasis on I cannot get taken down. I need to avoid the grappling at all costs, But, I mean, what is it now? That was supposed to be November, so now I'm fighting at the end of May.
That's like 6 months of training.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah.
And just getting good work in and
just
feeling so you're not, and you don't feel, the water doesn't feel so deep when you get down there now, right?
Yeah. Well, now it's like I know I have skills in every area of MMA.
Yeah.
If I see an opportunity to take them down, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, I'll never know unless I go do it now and see how that goes, but I'm confident that I have skills in those areas, and it's not just avoid this at all costs,
So you said it was at first it was kind of a lack of getting fights, but now you're kind of like, you feel like an MMA fighter who's eager to go test those skills.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to like, desperation, I have no choice. Now you're like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to see man, I've been getting freaking tossed around by these wrestlers and jiu-jitsu guys, and you finally get to hold your own in there. You're like, okay, time to see what's up at the next thing here.
And that's what it really comes down to too. Is at the end of the day, I do love Muay Thai. That's my first love and my passion, and I don't think that I'll get away from it 100%. But with MMA, it just became new challenges and new things to learn, and like you're always learning in Muay Thai, but it does kind of become like we're just sharpening things that we already know.
Yeah.
Where MMA, man, it's been fun just learning and learning.
Well, I think it takes a certain kind of humbleness too. And I was talking to somebody about this just the other day. another martial artist, about how guys don't want to try something because they got really good at something. Like back in the day, before MMA was really evolved, like a boxer didn't want to, he'd walk by the wrestling room and be like, man, I ain't even gonna start. And I think they say, well, I don't need that. I'll knock that guy out. They make all these excuses. I knock that guy out before he even gets close to me. Wrestler will say the same thing. I'll take that guy down before he ever lays a hand on me. I think it's more about, man, it took me 10 years to get this good at this.
Yep.
I don't want to go and be a rookie again at something else. That's like a football player. It's kind of like Michael Jordan saying, I'm done playing basketball. I'm going to try to play baseball. You see how hard that is for someone, you know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're already at a certain level.
Yeah, you got to humble yourself. And that's a challenge. I think that's a challenge that a man or woman, gives themselves of, hey man, I could, stay being good at this, but man, I wonder what would happen if I try to do something new, you know? And I think that's a real warrior. It's a real warrior spirit to humble yourself to that, man.
And too, with MMA, sometimes you don't have a choice. Like, man, we kind of like with your interview with D'Lo a little bit, but being a Muay Thai guy, going to an MMA round, the first time you get taken down and you can't get up, it's like, fuck, I cannot lie to myself and just say that this can't happen.
In real life. He was talking about, I try to train for what real life might throw at me.
Yeah.
And that's originally why I wanted to train MMA. I was training with my karate buddies. I was like, I want to do karate again with you. And they're like, dude, we're on this other shit. And I was like, okay, I'll come check it out, and I throw one side kick, and I'm on my friggin' back for the next 3 minutes getting, punched in the face. And I said, ooh, maybe like that side kick to the belly ain't going to stop everybody. Yeah. Especially a wrestler that can't wait to grab that leg and take it off of me, So.
Or like very defeating feeling, like not being able to get up and you just are helpless. Like, fuck, I can't get this dude off of me. Like that was when it really like hit me too. Like, fuck, man, I cannot let this
can't
ever
lie.
happen.
And I think that's the thing too. It's like, I get, you want to be a good fighter, but you should really want to be a good martial artist.
Yeah.
I want to protect myself. I want to be able to defend myself in any situation, not just a rule set with someone who wants to play the same rules as me. Yeah. Because again, that's a false confidence.
Yeah.
Now I go in and I can. There's probably someone out there that could knock anybody in the world out with one punch, but that same guy, if he doesn't hit that punch on the first throw, he's on his back. He has no idea what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And same thing with a boxer. It's like, what if a wrestler who fights a boxer, what if that boxer knows how to sprawl? Yeah. What if you wrestled in high school and it's not just an easy ankle pick, you're on your back, I'm taking advantage of you. Now you got to step back and go, oh, fuck. Yeah. Now I got to throw these things to get in close?
Yep.
And you start flipping out,
Yeah.
So you got to train, it's just kind of cool to see the evolution of the fighters. I was telling the person the same conversation I had yesterday with them about I was talking about the new age of fighters. I feel like if you took us, like these new age of fighters, and you went back any time in history, hand to hand, I'm not talking Romans with spears and swords or a samurai with a bow. I'm talking about hand to hand, no weapons. Our warriors nowadays will go and tear because every other generation was separate. I do this, I do this, I do this. Yeah. Very few,
I think only in toughness, maybe, because like in those days, they're maybe withstanding a little bit more, like rugged lifestyle. But I think our
but as far as to be able to strike, takedown defense, submissions, we're not as tough as the Spartans. But at the same time. Technique, technique conquers all.
And also, our minds are a lot sharper of understanding how to apply everything together and efficiency and stuff.
I bet if we went back there, they weren't even that buff, dude. Like that 300 shit is fake. That 300 is bullshit. Like they were eating like little bits of goat and grain at the end of the day. Yeah. They're probably skinny as hell. They're depleted and shit.
They're like that.
They're like Jesus. Like, man. There's a comic that had a whole skit. He's like, you ever be in church and you look up at the cross and you think, man, Jesus had great abs.
Yeah, no. Like, damn.
Someone should package that as you want Jesus abs, do my workout program.
Maybe a church that also has a workout program. So, like, you want abs, come to church, dude. Jesus abs, you got to come to church.
The power of Jesus. CrossFit, you carry that.
Oh, shit.
Okay, see that hill?
Oh.
You're going to take that 100-pound wood cross.
Dude, you might need a pad.
Actually, that's a joke from somebody else. I stole that joke. That was like an old joke, though. So, like, that person probably doesn't even exist anymore on Facebook or wherever I saw that shit. So, you got A1 Combat. This is a cool little program that they're doing up there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, when I was supposed to fight on it originally, it was called Firepower, and it
Yeah.
kind of had a goofy name. But now that
Somebody
you're
else
right,
said that about the name. Not that it's the name.
it
but
was
yeah.
like it was Firepower
It was like
Magnum
Magnum
Force.
Force,
It's like
something,
I had
yeah.
homies like, bro, you fighting on like a condo
Is this-
brand or something? I'm like, dude, I did not.
Hey,
pick
is this
the
like a
name,
San
dog.
Francisco like Castro district?
I
Like,
wasn't
I'm
fucking with the name.
Nah,
man.
but now it's A1. They
Yeah,
rebranded it.
and Uriah Faber's name, that's a big name, so
And-
it's bringing a lot of attention.
Yeah, and Chad the matchmaker is
Chad's the man.
matchmaking up there, and my buddy Glenn and G3 Productions, they're doing a competitive fighting sports. They're doing all the videography up there, so it's a good crew up there.
Yeah,
I'm mad I can't go. It's the 20. It's what is it? Sunday the
Same
29th.
Yeah, well, we actually I have 2 teammates fighting the 28th, and then I'm the 29th. They got 2 shows on 2 days now. It's kind of a different setup, I should say. But
2 MMA shows back to back.
yeah, I think because they had a stacked card originally, and they were selling out of tickets like that day. And I think on UFC Fight Pass, it was too big of a time slot, so they just were like, we're gonna push it to Sunday. They split us up evenly, so they could sell more tickets. And
So it's 2 separate shows.
yep.
So
Their
you buy-
second and third show are Saturday and Sunday.
Two separate tickets you buy for the
yeah,
shows.
Yeah, that's.
So if you buy them, buy the Sunday show if you want to see Lucas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to see me, dude. Or tune into UFC Fight Pass.
Is there any way they can figure out who's fighting when? I mean,
I think if you go to their
website
page,
or their
it shows us
Instagram.
all. Yeah, it shows us all. But yeah, it was a little bit of a situation because, like I said, I got teammates on Saturday. We would have liked them in the same day, but you know, it is what it is. So
Lucas is a triumphant vet. He's been on a couple triumphant cards
Yes.
here. Probably one of the first ones from this gym to be on the card. So I thought it'd be fun to see if he retained any of the triumphant memories that he's made on the card. What's your first triumphant card that you fought on?
it was a Triumphant 3.
3?
Yep. Again,
Okay.
With like you were saying, Jenna Fabian fought that chick, and
Oh yeah.
Asa Tenpal fought Nick Chastain. I think Janet Todd was on that one too. We had some
She
hitters,
was on
dude.
that
We
one.
had
Damn,
hitters
everyone.
on that card.
Travis
dude.
Clay fought Anthony Castrojohn on that fight too. Oh man, that
Oh,
was big.
Yeah, that was.
That was really big.
I think like
That was 3. Jamie Piep fought on that fight.
You knocked that guy out.
Oh, main event was Sonny Singh. We were talking about him earlier,
Oh.
and Ninja Kawani fought.
Yeah.
And then Darren actually fought from here on that.
Yeah, me and
Wino
Darren
Yama
the
fought on
same
that
show,
card.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the next, what was the next card you won? 5? Or was it Oakland card?
No, it was the Pleasanton one against Jake Haas. I think it was 6 maybe when John
man.
fought Bobenchuk.
Oh, 5.
Oh, was it
that
5?
that was the fight of the promotion for me. That's still my favorite fight of the promotion.
Dude,
5 rounds, dual title fight. John Herney, who's one of the founders here at this gym and fighter, fought for Triumph a bunch. He fought Stephen Bobenchuk, and they went 5 rounds of straight.
That was
war.
for a dual belt, I think, that night too. It was like the WK.
And then Janet fought the 5. She fought Regan Gowing that one.
Oh, okay.
And then and then who else? Zoila fought.
I think she might have fought on both, to be honest.
Oh, really?
She lost on the first one because she lost
she
her
did
first
to
one.
the Japanese girl.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
was her pro debut. I think.
Yes.
And then
Oh
she
my
won the
gosh.
second.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
see, so my trivia is pretty good.
Look at this guy. He's right. Then she went on to win the 1 title, and that was crazy, man, to watch them. Oh, and then Zoila fought on that card. Liz Phillips. She fought that card in main event.
I do remember that.
Zoila was kicking the shit out of them legs.
And then the last one was the Miami one.
Oh,
Actually,
you fought in
I fought on 3 of
Miami.
them now, so I got to make my pro debut on Triumph.
Oh yes. Oh
Yeah.
man, that was a good one. Miami was crazy.
Yeah. That was
Miami
probably
crazy.
I mean, the Eddie ones in Mexico were cool, but I think that one was my favorite just because of the amount of like stars we had there. Like at weigh-ins, you're looking around like, bro, these are the people I've looked up to my whole career in this room,
right?
dude.
Hey, Miami was a trip. I said this feels like a Muay Thai family reunion, like world reunion.
Yeah,
It's like Cosmo Alexander and like Kevin Ross, and I was like,
you got Joe Schilling, Art of Levin hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out afterwards. Hanging out. Joe Schilling's a tribute. He came up to me, and so Kevin lost to Asa that fight, and you know Kevin and Joe were friends. Joe comes up to me afterwards, puts his arm around my neck, kind of pulls me in. He's like, why'd you go and interview Kevin after he lost like that? And he's all sad. And I said, he asked me if I could. I asked him if I could talk to him. He said he wanted to talk. Yeah. And he looked at me all crazy, like, "Are you sure?" He said it was okay. And I'm like, "Bro, he asked me. I swear, he asked me. He said it was cool. Like, I was like, you want to talk?" He said, "Yeah, I want to talk." And he looked at me like, "All right, cool." And then I see him at the bar talking to Art of Levin, who they fought on Glory a bunch. Like, it was a crazy. Yeah. That was a crazy
he's
adventure.
He's a real homie for that, though. You know, he wanted to make sure.
Joe keeps it 100. If you've seen if you follow Joe.
Don't flex on him.
Don't flex on Joe. Don't flex on Joe. Don't drop no N-bombs around Joe. Because Joe ain't no schmo. We'll just put it that way. Yeah. And Lucas Martino, crazy story Lucas was telling me before we started filming. So Lucas Martino's original name before they came over was Martini. And so his great-great-grandfather at Ellis Island changed the name to Martino because he thought Martini sounded too feminine, and then to completely cut ties with the Martini family. As you know, came on to have one of the most famous drinks in the world now. I don't know if you realize, but every time you order a martini, the Martini family, well, he doesn't because they changed their name to Martino. They're poor, dirt poor. But the other side of the bloodline gets paid a cent every martini. I mean, you have millions of martinis every year, so they're billionaires. While Martino's over here trying to fight for scraps, literally fight for scraps to try to feed his family. So that's just one letter. It's crazy. Yeah. That's what happened.
Should I change it back?
I mean, I don't know. You need to fly to Italy, I'm guessing, is where that's.
I wonder if I could work my way back into the
Martini family. You know, like, hey, I'll start at the bottom.
Yeah,
right, and I'll work. I am a Martini. Yeah. It was my grandpa. He changed the name and wanted to make it more masculine and. See what happens.
I could be a taste tester,
dude. Whatever, dude.
Whatever.
Look at how good I could shake one of these. No, we're kidding. Of course, that's a stupid story that I made up right now. Of course, it's not true.
Maybe it is.
Where is Martino from? Do you know the?
Sicily, in Italy.
See, I told you it was Italian. I knew it.
Italian. But then yes, I think Sicily's like south, right?
Yeah. It's like south. The bottom of the boot, right?
Yeah. I think they try to make.
It's like its own little island, right? Where they're like, we're not Italian, we're Sicilian.
You know, I actually found that out from Eddie though, because Eddie's Sicilian also, and on that shirt that he made.
How many thinks is Eddie? He looks like a mother of 7 breeds, but.
Sicilian has their own flag separate from.
Yeah. They do feel it is like a different part. Like they're Italian, but
the better version.
But it's like, it's kind of like, Florida is American, but the worst version, the worst possible version. And Sicily is also Italian, but the best possible version. So
the best fighters.
We're talking to the Sicilian Lucas Martino at the Resistance. He fights coming up on May 29th. Uriah Faber's A1 Combat, and check him out there. And then where can they find you online?
Lucas _ the Resistance.
That's it. And I am Ringside Brandon Kyle. We are here. We will see Lucas a couple weeks. You got Triumphant coming up. Bunch of big fights, guys. Stay tuned. We will see you next time. See you ringside.
Right on, brother.
Hope my phone didn't die.
No.